You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie After Show.
Yay! Hart of Dixie! Season 3, Episode 3, called Take This Job and Shove It. We're going to get right into it. I'm your host, Whitney Lane, joined with my lovely co-hosts,
Michelle Renee. Hey, guys.
Hi, I'm Christine Archer.
We're just going to dig right in because, honestly, we were all talking. This episode, there wasn't an event, so there's not really as much as we expected.
This is like a first for Hart of Dixie history, that they don't have a huge event that the episode is centered around.
And there were, little random things that happened.
Not as cohesive as it could have been.
Yeah, I just feel like when there's an event, at least that gives us drama and, every little piece of the puzzle comes together. But really, we were just stuck seeing Zoe as an unemployed doctor yelling at Joel, not knowing what she should do with her life.
I'm not surprised, but typical. We started out with Zoe and Joel having. First of all, why do they always go to the Rammer Jammer for breakfast? You don't need
there's
to
nowhere else to eat.
You don't know, but go somewhere that Wade doesn't work, so you're not shoving it in his face 24/7.
It's true.
They're always there.
Or maybe she could cook for him. Do they live in a hotel?
I think it's like a bed and breakfast.
But when did they move from the motel to the bed and breakfast?
Place.
No, it's totally different.
Really?
This place looked kind of nice. The place last week looked not.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Fun.
We should have looked at the small bed.
We should have.
I didn't notice.
We should have. But
yeah, but Zoe's just kind of walking around and she's not allowed to practice being a doctor.
Except she's diagnosing Joel with sleep apnea now. Is that it?
Everything.
He's a hypochondriac. I swear he has everything wrong with him.
Yeah, he's
everything.
He's Joel.
I don't think he thinks everything's wrong with him. I think she's trying to diagnose him with things because she wants to.
Bored.
Yeah, is bored, and she's trying to flex her doctor muscle.
And so she goes around the whole town being like, oh, let me help you with this, because her idea really is to be like, let's pretend I'm opening my own practice. So then Brick will be like, oh, no, you can't take my patients. Come back to this practice. It kind of failed because Joel ruined it.
Well, yeah.
And he was like, that's what she's trying to do. Yeah, we're done with Joel.
But then she had Frank, right? Of the Dixie Stop.
Oh, Frank.
What was Frank doing?
He's now... I can't. So Frank, I think he's an hilarious character. He's an addition to... he's a positive addition to the show. However, he's a little bit goofy. Because here he is, this private investigator. He's like, I work half a day at the Dixie Stop. And then the rest, I'm going to follow Zoe Hart around to see if she practices being a doctor.
Did a terrible job, by the way.
Yeah, everyone knew.
For a while he was doing okay. Well, right. First of all, he wasn't very discreet. Second of all, he loses her the second Wade calls him and is like, I don't even remember what his excuse was, but some really bad excuse to try to distract him.
Apparently Frank has a key that he hides at the Dixie Stop, so even though he's closing up, Wade pretends there's this mob coming to, break in the store. He's like, oh, you think they know about my hidden key? And Wade said everyone in the town knows about his hidden key, so really no one has to pay money to get their groceries and their pharmaceutical medicines that they need.
And when you're in a small town, the idea of a private investigator is really not needed.
No,
I mean, everyone knows what everyone's doing. Everyone knows who's everyone's doing. So
it's true. Fun. Someone would have called to let someone know that Zoe was actually trying to help George out.
This gave Frank some excitement in his life, though.
Oh,
he needed a little thrill for the day.
It was rough watching him
Zoe
try.
Hart around.
He would just call Brick and be like, she's eating a scone. No, it's a crumpet. That's what he did. It's okay, Frank. We don't need to know.
So was Brick giving him $75?
I think Brick was paying him.
You saw that sign, $75.
I mean, he did his job, I guess.
Nah, he lost
just
her.
Some extra cash.
She's smart, though. She had that green shopping bag with her medical whatever it is in
supplies.
there. There you
all
go.
of her supplies in there. The best part was when when Frank went up to Zoe and was like, just stay where you are. Like, don't move for
I'll
20
be right
minutes
back
until I come back.
Oh, Frank. Well, so Zoe had to go save her ex, George Tucker, because his finger was zipped into Lindley's zipper.
That was disgusting.
First of all.
Not problem one with that whole thing. It was gross.
So, like, we get that he's tutoring her. Lavon thinks it's all, innocent and things like that. But really, Lindley is not going to be a lawyer. She doesn't care about it. And she keeps trying to, like, touch his hand or be like, your eyes are so beautiful. And it's just uncomfortable to watch. And then he comes back from, like, taking a shower. So George is standing there in his underwear. And she's lying out on his bed in lingerie. And then, jumps up immediately.
It was more like a sports bra, though. That was a weird thing.
It was like what I have on. It was like one of those, like, it was bright blue. It's Victoria's Secret.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
It was cute. But
I've never in my life, I've gotten a zipper stuck, but never in my life have I ever gotten a zipper anywhere near that stuck. And you can't zip your hand into
his finger was bleeding, like there was blood.
It was here. It was like in between it. I don't know. It was weird.
But the pain that must have caused. It looked very real. I must say it grossed me out.
It was gross.
But what if Lavon had walked in and here George is in his underwear and he's connected to Lindley in her dress, unzipped.
I'm surprised he didn't walk in, to be honest. I thought this whole thing was a setup to get Lavon to show up while Lindley was, George was stuck in Lindley's dress.
George, okay. I'm glad you said in her dress because I'm like, wait, what?
No, but Lavon was too busy. Lavon was too busy trying to beat Fillmore and save BlueBell with the baseball team. So luckily Zoe came to the rescue. She stitched him up, and all is well with Lindley and George. She ran out of there like a little kid. She does act immature.
Her dress zipped very quickly when she needed to leave.
On her way out, that she could zip it herself. Oh, Lindley, girl, don't do those things.
Well, I guess we can save this for predictions.
I just feel like they introduce these characters and they make them so desperate or so silly that they make the viewer not like them. They never give the viewer a chance to get to know them.
All the new ones.
I mean, I feel like that hurts the show. I mean, because obviously you need new characters introduced, especially with such a small town like BlueBell.
Yeah.
And so when they have these characters just acting a fool, it doesn't make me like them, and then it makes me subsequently have negative feelings about the show sometimes.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's like Joel, nobody likes him. Lindley, we're like, really?
That new woman, the baseball woman, for a second.
Let's
she wasn't even here for that long. Well, yeah, we should get to the baseball.
So the whole point is Fillmore's going to get this new minor league baseball team, and Lavon's like, I've been trying to talk to this lady to get the Mackerels over in BlueBell.
The worst team name I have ever heard.
BlueBell Mackerels. That'd be
he
really
was really
bad.
sold on it too. He was like, "This is what we're calling the team."
It's cool though, to have a minor league baseball team in your town. That'd bring people and tourism to BlueBell.
Right, but you can't just put a minor league base. I feel like you need to start by having a sports team period in BlueBell.
My town has a minor league baseball team.
Mine does too.
Yeah, Danville Braves. Whoop.
Actually,
Okay.
mine's not. I think it's in somewhere far, Bristol or something. The White Sox, I think they're called. Don't actually know. But BlueBell could have had one. But this lady went to college with Brick and obviously had a huge crush on him. It was really uncomfortable, actually.
It was kind of She walks up to him and just starts touching him, and
she said something about remember when we used to eat sherbet in college? That coconut would taste really good on someone's body or on someone's skin, and it's just oh girl, oh honey. She's like, I heard you got divorced. So Brick is totally not into this. It's not going to happen. He tries to avoid, but he's like, I've got to try to get this baseball team here. Because Lavon keeps being like, oh, well, just imagine yourself on the pitcher's mound. Come on, Brick. You're a doctor.
He was a pitcher back in the day, I assume?
I think he just, wants to be that baseball
star of BlueBell. Fair enough. I can see Brick being, the town. Because they don't have any sports teams, right?
No.
Which is weird.
They have 5 people.
Well,
so that's
I mean, a 5-on-5 basketball league. It wouldn't be that hard. There are enough people to do that, but I don't know.
I think with someone like Joel who's got sleep apnea or get punched in the stomach.
Really not coordinated.
George's fingers got stitches. Wade just, he's too busy running the Rammer Jammer. Brick, he's lonely and depressed. Lavon, he's just running all over the place. That's the guy.
Lavon is the all-star athlete, and it's I guess that's kind of.
They have high school
Yeah, they have high school sports.
I
That's
guess.
probably usually that's how a small town is. All the high school sports
Yeah.
is really what brings everybody together.
Still does. My
On a
parents
Friday
just
night.
went to their like high school reunion and went to the football game at Abingdon High School. Like that's what they do.
My
Good
mom
times.
still goes to
That's so
football
cute.
games, and we don't. I'm like, my brother doesn't even go there anymore. She just goes.
It's fun. It is. It's like that small town high school. Like that's the event that
Yeah,
you
there's
do.
nothing else to do, so that's what you do.
That'd be kind of cool to see more of that
agree.
because you know
Yeah.
we can pull some sports in because this baseball team is not gonna happen.
No.
Especially trying to force George to get something together, like a proposal together in 24 hours when he said 3 weeks if we're pushing it.
He's too
And he
busy
didn't
zipping
show up.
himself into people's dresses. He doesn't
Oh,
have time for that.
George. That was rough.
Ugh, yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. What else do we have? You had the baseball team. Then the other big event, Lemon.
Oh,
Obviously
Lemon.
being what is it? What was it called? Revolution.
No,
What was she?
they
she had
were
a name
called. They were called Resistance.
Resistance. I was thinking Revolution.
Annabeth and Lemon are the resistance to the bells. And Cricket's running this thing, and she's running it. She said she learned from the best, Lemon, who guaranteed Lemon would have made someone clean up the streets and get gum off the ground had they done what she did to Cricket, which was try to get her out of the bells, to kind of overturn her leadership.
On the bright side, she had a nice bright pink jumpsuit looking thing that she got to wear while she cleaned the
It
graffiti
said
off the walls.
disloyal on the back. I
It did.
don't think that she enjoyed wearing the pink jumpsuit. But all she was trying to do, which I get it, she's becoming an interesting leader, Cricket has. She's very Lemon-esque so far.
When did this happen, too? She kind of
It was
just
last
like
season.
last season, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowly when Annabeth and Lemon started having problems, and
Which is funny that Annabeth's like, sure, I'll quit too.
Annabeth's a funny character now because she, I feel like, used to be really involved in all of that, and ever since she started dating Lavon, we don't really see her. I don't know. I view her more, and I mean they're not married, I realize, but taking on like a mayor's wife role
Mhm.
rather than like a young. I don't know. She's meant to be like 30 in the show, so like
Yeah.
relatively young. I
You
guess
see her having like events and making food at the
Yeah.
house and having people over. That makes sense. It fits her.
It does.
She's a caterer, you know? So I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens because even though Lemon did clean everything and do all of that, which I was surprised she did, in the end it looked like Cricket and the other girls were kind of upset and sad that they quit.
Well, because I think no matter what happens, Lemon is still kind of viewed as being that leader. I mean, Cricket, she was never, I mean, she was definitely like probably third in command to Annabeth and Lemon both. So I don't really see her taking on a huge leadership role. in the
Girlfriend
Bells for a
needs
long
it
time.
though. She's got that gay
She's
husband.
a
she didn't
weird
even
husband.
realize.
It's the least
I
she
just
can
think
do.
that Lemon, like, she's not really a belle anymore. We've seen her she has a full-time job now, and most of the bells,
Yeah.
I don't think they work. Like, that whole club is their job.
She hooked up
She
with
hooked up with
Meatball.
Meatball. You know, I just don't think it's her
not.
anymore.
She kind of Cricket threw Lemon under the bus with that one. The meatball
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
What did she say? She said something along the lines of I don't know, like who trusts Lemon's judgment when she slept with Meatball
Yeah.
or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
No
she
one
could have
did.
said that your husband's a beard,
know.
but I mean,
You're a
that you're her
beard.
husband's beard, but I mean, she didn't. So
She didn't.
She took the high road.
It
Good
may
job,
happen
Lucia.
eventually.
Oh,
Oh no.
God.
So no, which is kind of interesting. So we see kind of all the changes happening where Lemon is like this lead belle, like that is her to a T, and now she's like she doesn't really care that she's quit. It doesn't define her anymore because she has strayed away from that like straight laced goody two shoes.
but
And I like it.
I like it, but I think she still kind of needs that. I mean, what is Lemon going to do if she's not, being catty with all the bells?
It's like you
she
want
needs a hobby. That's what she needs.
wants a guy that's like Carter Covington from last week, but deep down, I think she wants a little bit of the rebel as well. So she's gonna
I
have. It's
agree.
gonna be an interesting complication for her, I think, going back and forth and trying to figure out what she really wants or what other people will think. Like that's gonna be her struggle.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
next
we'll
week.
see. We'll see what new character they bring in.
And they do.
That's
They
true,
are
they keep
bringing one
bringing
in next week. He was from
Oh,
One Tree Hill.
that's the one thing I'm excited about for next
We'll
week's
talk about
episode.
it in a
Predictions.
second.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, but what else? What else happened this
Let's
episode?
see. We covered Lindley, the Resistance.
Do you think George
George?
and Lindley are going to get together?
No.
Yes.
Do you think he's
You
gonna
can go
cave?
first.
I mean, I just feel like they would not have invested this much time into her already. Like, we've seen her in the first 3 episodes. If, like, there wasn't going to be...
We know we get 3 more, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if there wasn't going to be some kind of significant, like, relationship with them. And the way they set it up with the whole Lavon being involved as well.
He's going to have to find out
He's going to have to find out, exactly. He's going to have to find out something, like what? That she has a crush on him? Like, that's stupid. So it's probably going to be that they hooked up or whatever.
Yeah, do you think it's going to be like George can't, like, contain
You know what they
himself
say
about guys?
Once you go black, you don't go back.
Only you can say that. But
Yeah, because I'm the only black person right now.
No, but, I mean, it's going to show George not being able to, like, be strong in this situation. Like, is that 25-year-old lingerie-clad woman going to break him?
No.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have it, like, she's of age. It's not like she's, 15 or something.
Right.
And he's single, she's single. So I don't really understand. I mean, obviously she's Lavon's cousin, but him and Lavon aren't the best of friends.
No,
so
Lavon cheated on Lemon cheated on George with Lavon. Like, they are not friends in that sense.
Yeah, so I don't think he should put Lavon's feelings before his. Like, if he wants to do it and he's a, what do they call it, red-blooded man, or if he's I don't know, like, he's a man, like, he needs to do what he needs to do.
Red.
Well, here's the thing, because when Zoe and him were kind of left alone in his houseboat, drinking vodka, taking swigs, do you think that George still has any feelings for Zoe?
No, I don't think at this point.
I think there's still, like, he's just like wonders what could have happened.
Yeah, I think that was like my hand hurts because it just got zipped. Let me take a few shots to deal with the pain.
I know that, but I'm saying, like, in the past couple episodes, he's been like, oh yeah, she comes back after 5 months, blah blah blah, like, doesn't even really talk to me, or I think there's still something on his part. I don't see it for her at all, though.
No,
it's definitely more with her and Wade.
I think he definitely still has feelings for her, and not only do I think that he's kind of like what would have been, but I think he also feels kind of even more saddened by the fact that she kind of
done with it.
No, she kind of broke up him and Tansy.
True.
She kind of like interfered with that whole situation, and she broke them up and then didn't even like get with him.
She doesn't even care.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a slap in the face.
But I was most surprised that Joel and Wade started kind of getting along, and Wade was on Joel's side.
Weird. They
like
got really buddy.
I don't like it one bit, because honestly, like you said when we were watching it, Wade's like the only like breath of fresh air. Like, you're like, thank gosh, someone like good to watch. Because honestly, like, Joel is just kind of like awkward, and we said again, there's no chemistry between them. Even when they kiss in the Rammer Jammer at the end, I'm just like,
it's like they didn't want to touch each other.
Give us some passion, people. But with Wade, I don't know. It's just funny that Joel let him punch him in the stomach so he could save Zoe from being caught by Brick. But
the weirder thing for me, like, why did he show up to the Rammer Jam? I don't know what I called it. Rammer Jammer in the middle of the day by himself
and start like
and
confiding
like, he knows
in Wade.
Wade's there, right? And then exactly. And then at the very end, it was weird because Wade was telling Zoe, he was like, take it easy on Joel. What? Like, why are you encouraging
It's
this?
like because he's been there, I think. Because he said to Joel, he's like, I've seen those eyes before. Those are Zoe Hart eyes, Like, I see what you're feeling, because I think he was afraid of, like, losing her and that sort of thing. But Wade still wants Zoe. You don't care about Joel deep down.
No, he doesn't.
But now it's like boy power.
But there's also
bros before hoes.
He could be taking the approach of, like, let me try to befriend him, and then, like, I don't know. I feel like
I don't think he'd, like, befriend him and then, like, do something mean to him. I think he's like, man, I've been there. I know how he feels. He's, like, worried that he's going to lose this girl and that, he doesn't fit in here, that sort of thing.
That's true. That could be.
I still don't like it one bit.
I don't like it one bit either, but I don't think it'll last for long.
I do like Zoe and Wade. You can still see a little something between them, but it's more of, like, she calls him to be like, Wade, you've got to help me out. Like, Frank's following me. Can you stop him? And he's like, sure, I'm on it. Like, he's there for her. And that's what I think she's going to start realizing. Like, he can be there for her. He can actually accomplish things. Joel, on the other hand, sits on fire ants.
Cannot. So that's all
So
has sleep apnea, is allergic to everything. What else is wrong with him?
Yeah, he's
everything. He has a lot of things wrong with him. He does. Well, make sure to go to iTunes and rate, comment, and let us know what you think about tonight's episode and everything. There wasn't an event, so I can't even say what event happened, but just everything that happened. And let us know what you thought of the after show.
And Joel.
And Joel.
Lindley.
and Lindley. That's a good. Yeah, I'd be curious to know what other people think about these if they like the new
Yeah,
characters.
maybe
or-
it's just us being negative Nancy's about Joel because I
it's
just
him
can't.
now. Lindley's a little.
Yeah,
I think,
she's fine.
but both of the thing is with both of them, and I mean, I keep saying the baseball lady. I can't think of her name right now. I don't even know if they said it, but they kind of make them unlikable. Is
Yeah,
that a word?
Mhm.
They make
Unlikable.
us want Zoe to be with Wade,
Right.
And George to not fall for Lindley because she's being this little, crazy girl.
If you have to choose one, Team Lindley or Team Joel?
Lindley.
Lindley.
You?
I don't know.
Mm.
I asked the questions. I don't know.
You don't have to answer them.
Oh man. Well, I feel like we've covered this episode.
think
Should we get into
so.
some news and gossip?
Sure.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right. So, according to CarterMatt.com, there is going to be another guest appearance soon on Heart of Dixie. And it's going to actually be little Sebastian, the miniature horse from Parks and Rec.
What?
I was like, who is this? Who is
That's
this?
why you were talking about Parks
That's
and
what
Rec
I was talking
earlier.
about.
I was
Yeah. So,
confused.
he's going to be in a petting zoo and
Yes.
Oh, like it's literally like a horse. I've never seen the show,
okay,
so I don't
Christina's
know what's going
okay.
on.
So for the Parks and Rec fans out there, there was a horse that was the mascot of the
I
town,
love
Pawnee,
him.
and his name was Little Sebastian, and he died apparently, or I don't know what happened to him, but he's no longer living on Parks and Rec. But he's gonna be making a special guest appearance on Heart of Dixie, and they're
Sebastian
nice.
lives.
Is he a
and-
horse or a pony?
He's a little miniature pony.
Oh, like a mini
horse.
And
Interesting.
Scott Porter
Yep.
Instagrammed a picture of him and made the comment. So that's why it's interesting news and gossip. And what I think is funny, because we always discuss we always discuss Lindley and Joel. There was a comment beneath this article that said, I'll probably like the horse better than than the other new BlueBell arrivals, Lindley and Joel.
Oh no. So we're not the only ones.
So to answer your question,
crying.
Christine, I don't think we're the only ones.
Oh my gosh.
makes
Who
me
was
feel-
that? That
makes me
person's
feel
amazing.
Her name was Judith Constant. I don't.
Shout out to Judith if
Constantino.
you're
Go,
watching
Judith. We
Constant-
agree with
yeah,
you, Judith.
Judith.
That
So,
is
Do you
right.
think the horse will be like the mascot for the baseball team?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
They like ride him around.
Actually, I feel like it's probably at the
game.
Halloween episode, like
A petting zoo.
Yeah.
Right after you get off the hayride. It's
Duh.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Jamie King stepped out revealing her post-baby bod this
Yep.
weekend. She was in Beverly Hills catching up with her mom over a cup of coffee. And she also took her baby to the first doctor's visit on Friday or Saturday, I think. And she Instagrammed a little picture. You couldn't see the baby's face, but he was in like a little blanket thing, wrapped around her. And it said, "Wearing my babe, first checkup. Life is infinitely better with my love."
So cute.
So, of course, as anyone would expect, Jamie King is back to being, thin and
And
fabulous
beautiful.
in just 3 weeks after having her child. So,
Go, girl.
congratulations to you. Let us know your secrets. And last, but certainly not least, InStyle.com has a Shop the Show section of their website. And one of the shows is Heart of Dixie, where you can get you can get similar looks of what the stars wore, or you can find out exactly what they had on.
Perfect.
I want to know. Rachel Bilson.
Rachel
we always
Bilson.
talk
Yeah,
about this.
Rachel
She's got the
Bilson.
best.
So from this week's episode where she had on like the black and
blue,
white
yeah.
and with the green,
They're green.
So cute.
the blouse is Helmut Lang.
Comment Lang, yeah.
Okay.
I actually found a shirt like on the floor of my apartment. This is really weird. On the floor of my apartment building. That was a helmet. Helmet.
Yeah,
Lang.
I've
Well,
never heard of
you
it.
can be just like
They're
Rachel
super nice
Bilson.
though, right?
A little
I
too
know.
expensive for me. The black skirt was Allison Olivia.
Wow.
The black and gray Mary Janes that she had on are Prada, and you can get them for $740 at bluefly.com.
So
if
how
you want
much
a
is
pair.
her total outfit?
Like $1,500.
Yeah, I didn't even
More,
mention
yeah.
the purse. Alexandra Wang black
Oh my
purse,
So we're not-
House of Harlow bracelet, and earrings by Lionette.
$2,000.
That's more than my
Yeah.
entire wardrobe.
To
probably.
go back to last week's episode, we
Yeah.
were talking about the royal blue dresses she had on at the
Oh,
party.
best with the cutouts.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got it for you guys.
Oh, no.
So that is a 3-floor. That's the designer.
Uh-huh.
It's called 3-floor. And you can get that at revolveclothing.com for $261.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
better.
We be shopping.
And that is this week's Heart of Dixie News and Gossip.
Love it. Okay, prediction time.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I might buy that.
Okay, I have one. I mean, it's like, this is a really long, creepy song.
It's almost Halloween. You gotta play it up.
It's true. Next week. Okay, prediction number 1. It's okay. This is more of a statement, but Clay from One Tree Hill, because I'm assuming some of you guys watch One Tree Hill.
Religiously.
I loved One. It was my favorite show.
My favorite show.
Actually, I still watch it all the time.
Yep.
He is going to be on next week's episode. I am completely blanking on his name and Robert something. I want to say, but he'll be on next week's episode. So I'm hoping that will be a new love interest for Lemon.
They kiss in the preview.
They do. That's true. Okay. I hope it's one that lasts for more than like 5 seconds.
We get to see Wade's getting busy with some lady, apparently the judge's wife. Back it on up. We need him to be like, I'm over this. Just get with Zoe. This is what they want from us.
They have to.
They want
it
this
out.
reaction.
My prediction is that Joel and Wade are going to rub off on each other a little bit. So Joel is going to become less awkward, and Wade is going to maybe become a little bit more sensitive and more cosmopolitan.
Perfect.
Their friendship is going to be kind of a symbiotic.
That'd be cool.
I don't think Joel can be less awkward.
We'll see.
He can try.
Judith sure doesn't think he can.
Judith.
She sure thinks he's going to be awkward.
Constantino.
I love
Judith,
it.
if you're watching, you can be a guest on our show.
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, what else next episode?
I don't know. I'm excited because it's Halloween. Like, I'm excited to see the costumes. So I don't know. I mean, I don't have a clue what I'm going to be for Halloween, and they are ready on Hart of Dixie.
Last year's Halloween episode, was that when, I could be mistaken, Tom and Wanda
When they got married?
Engaged? Remember they had that creepy, like, or maybe that was just a separate event. I'm blank. I know it was like a creepy, spooky, like,
no, I remember that as well.
So we'll see who falls in love in this Halloween episode.
and gets married.
I
and
can't
goes
wait.
trick-or-treating.
I cannot
Okay,
wait.
what are the predictions about the horse? Because that's the most important part of the show.
I feel like he's
I just think
definitely
he's just going to be in one episode.
Or like he's going to get lost and Wade and Zoe are going to find him.
Wait, is his name
His name's Little Sebastian.
in Parks and Rec or in real life?
In real life, right?
His name is Little
I
Sebastian.
don't know, but you guys said we'll figure it out next week.
I hope they give him a different name
All
for
right.
the show. Is all I'm saying.
All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in with us. Episode 3. We got a lot more coming your way. I'm Whitney Lane. You can find me on Twitter at Whitney Lane Fern and on my website, whitney-lane.com.
I
did it right that time instead of .fern, remember? Okay, next.
I am Michelle Renee. Thanks for watching. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Michelle Renee LA.
And I'm Christine Archer, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CArcher.
We'll see y'all next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.